we welcome to the desk good friend of ours, Ryan Smith from Better Business Bureau, and of course the BBB, always keeping track of some of the better companies in town, and you guys do a fine job of doing that. And we also like to introduce you to some of the companies under your umbrella.
Yep, this morning we've got John Peterson from Dry Basement Repair. So he's going to share some information that we may all need very soon as everything thaws and the rain starts coming. So John's been a member for 41 years. 41
years? Boy, probably longer than you've been alive. It's amazing. But that is awesome. But tell everybody why it's important for your company in particular, your type of business in particular, to be under the eye of the BBB.
Well, we do a service, you know, for the customers. So we wanted, as a company, to be held accountable for our service. So there's no better company than the Better Business Bureau to kind of look out for what we do and have the customer's best interest in mind. So that's why we've been a member for 41 years. And
what'd you bring in with you today?
This is just a sample of our patented waterproofing system. It's called the No Water System.
And where would a situation like this apply? When would someone need some of this type of device, or these type of devices installed?
Well, if you have water coming into the basement. So if you have water coming in, leaking around the perimeter of your basement walls, this is the type of system that you would need to contain that water and direct that to a sump pump that we would install.
Now, are you talking cracked walls? Are you talking bowed walls? Or what type of walls are we talking?
Any type of wall that's leaking. You know, we do have other systems for foundation repair, but this system is designed just to alleviate the water pressure and give it a place to go to the sump pump. So we're allowing the water into our system, containing it, and directing it to a sump pump.
All right. And how much, obviously this looks like a very labor intensive process because it has a trench, it has an area channel to move the water away from the wall. How long of a process is this?
Just depending on the size of the job, but typically a 1 to 2 day job.
And what will people need to do to prepare their home for this? Does it have to be an open basement that's not finished, or what's the case?
Typically, we need the walls exposed because if you have any cracking behind the sheetrock or paneling, we need to have a wall covering that goes down behind the system, contain the water that's coming down the wall, and then we need at least 4 foot away from the wall to be able to work and install the system.
And is this something specific just to your company?
This is a patented system that we have. It's a 2-part system. The first part is the footing gutter that sits right here next to the footing. Excuse me. What happens is the water builds up on the back side of the wall, forces its way in between the wall and the footing, and drops down into our containment system. So we contain it here. The second part is the bullet track, which is basically a concrete form that sits over the top of the footing gutter. And as you can see, it has grooves in it to allow the water to get in underneath the form and drop down into the containment system, and that allows us to pour the concrete back over the top.
Okay, so you dig a trench and then install this in the trench.
All this is underneath your floor. So we concrete back over the top of this to create a seal on top to prevent the radon from coming out into your living space. And we also allow, with these bullet points, allow us to re-pour and make full contact back with your foundation wall. That helps support the foundation wall from lateral movement.
How would you know whether you would need a system like this? What kinds of things would a customer need to look for?
On any type of rain, and you go downstairs and you have water that comes into the basement. You know, if you have any cracks in the walls that are leaking, this is the type of system that you would need. Now, cracks could indicate some foundation needs some foundation repair. So
or reinforcement type things.
That's something we would look at in our inspection, and we'd do a full inspection before we would come up with a solution for the problem.
Now, would you have to repair the shifting of the walls before you would install this system?
If it needed, we would do it at the same time. So we can stabilize your wall while we're installing the system. Now, you don't always need to install a system. You don't have any water, but you have some cracking and bowing in your walls. We could stabilize or straighten those walls without installing the system. But if you do have water, you know, we recommended to install both systems.
And another telltale sign would be smell too, in case you are not realizing that there's that much water coming in, because it might be just going into the carpet if you have carpeting down there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as you were saying, as we get to hopefully to the end of winter soon, a lot of thawing with snow and the rains are going to be coming. This is going to be a time where people might need to find the perfect person to come and fix their home.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk cost here. Just an average cost for someone installing this to give people an idea.
It just depends on the size of the job, but I'd say anywhere from $5,000 and up. Depending, it could be less, depending on the severity of the problem, but that's generally.
But each one is
range.
customized for the home.
Absolutely. That's why we come out and give free estimates. That way we can customize our system to your problem.
Yeah, and this is one of the type of businesses too that, again, we're talking a nice chunk of money that's going to be invested in your home, but you want to make sure that it's someone that is reputable. And I think 41 years pretty much gives them a thumbs up.
I think so. And if you go out to their site, you'll see their rating and the BBB accredited business seal right there on their website. So we're proud to have them as an accredited business with the Better Business Bureau, and give them a call if you've got some water in your basement.
What's the best way to get a hold of you there, John?
Just give us a call at 515-422-9756 or check us out on our website at drybasementia.com.
All right, easy to remember too.
There you go. And if people want more information about other great businesses they can find here with the BBB, how can they do that?
Easiest thing to do is to go to bbb.org, where you can give us a call at 243-8137 or stop on down at our office at 2625 Beaver Avenue.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you too.
Thank you, John.